I'm Jessica Stacey, and we're here today at Nesta for the launch of Good Incubation. Good Incubation is a new report that tracks the growth in social venture incubation worldwide, and it's got a particular focus on interviewing program managers in different countries, taking their lessons that they've learned and bringing them back into a UK context. So in the room today, we've got 80 people who are running social venture incubations. We've got funders and investors who are supporting the programs. We've got impact investors that are investing in the startups once they go through them. And we've got the policymakers themselves. So together, we're talking about the lessons learned so far. We're talking about the gaps, the challenges and the opportunities in this area. And together, we're trying to build some actions and recommendations following those that were made in the report itself.
So some of the gaps in the sort of incubation model, there are a few of them. One is I think there's a lack of peer mentoring. A lot of organizations are working on the same type of work, the same type of program, and so for us to share best practices and what's actually working is something that doesn't, at least I don't see happens a lot. We talk about it a lot, oh, we should partner, but it actually doesn't happen.
So we focus on entrepreneurs that are post-revenue, pre-profit, typically have not raised any outside funding. In 85% of the investments we've done, we've been the first capital in. That's typically in the stage of 25 to 100,000 in initial investment, and there's still very few people playing at that stage.
So basically what we need in the space, specifically in Brazil, is more organizations working with accelerating ventures in different phases in the life cycle of the social ventures. So we have thousands of applications every year and only select 10 each time. So there's room for several other organizations to tackle this demand.
Well, we learned from our first prototype. We did an accelerator, and the accelerator program itself worked, but we just figured that accelerators are too slow. So we figured, let's not do that. Let's do a leadership program instead. Let's find the best talent we can find for leaders of the future that understands technology. So now we're focusing on bringing technology and resilience thinking of social ecological systems together.
In terms of the gaps is, first of all, a mindset shift, a cultural shift, where people know that beyond just having non-profit and profit, there's a middle ground, which is combining private sector models and doing business with a social mind. So that's one. Secondly, it's skills. How do you upskill people and grow a whole army of people who can see social entrepreneurship as a way of life and have the requisite technology skills to be able to connect with other individuals.
So today at the event, we've heard from all these pretty amazing programs and diverse programs around the world about the challenges that they face doing social venture incubation. And what we were trying to do with the report was really lay out the parameters of this as a field. So the first thing that we do with the report is look at the types of venture and try and describe in a bit more detail the sorts of support that different kinds of venture need. The next thing that we tried to do was clarify the models of social venture incubation that are happening around the world, from accelerators through to impact networks. Then we look at the techniques, so that could be mentoring or the way that finance is provided. Then we look at lots of these case studies, which has been great today at the event to hear from these different people from around the world. And in the report, we thought it was important to bring out individual case studies of social venture incubation. And finally, we look at some of the risks of incubation and make a few recommendations that we hope will help this field emerge over the next couple of years.